I didn't miss a class since then. It's so beneficial. I see that it's beneficial for me, and I think it's also beneficial for others.
Today our guest is Mikey, musician and music producer, traveling around Europe, facilitating group events and performing for his audience. Find out how he got himself into Buddhist meditation, how his Sangha from Israel is currently growing, and why his grandma started to meditate with him. Hello Mikey, thank you for coming here today. We're very happy to have you. I would like to ask you, maybe you can introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about what do you do.
So I'm Mikey. I'm currently in Portugal. I'm traveling around. I'm a musician, a music producer, event producer, facilitating groups. Trying to do good wherever I go.
May I ask you, how did you meet Kadampa Buddhism and the practice of meditation?
It was during COVID. I was in my apartment in the city in Tel Aviv, working like a 9-to-5 job as a computer programmer. I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw Daniel, who is my current teacher. I knew this guy from like music and comedy, and he just offered, like there was a poster offering free meditation and Buddhism class about love. I was like, yeah, I like theoretically meditation, I like theoretically Buddhism, I like love, so let's give it a try. The beginning was a bit everything was new, and also it's just like a formal Zoom call, but slowly he came back from New York to Israel, and we started meeting with the Sangha, which was really, really special. And suddenly like practicing together, which from my point of view, I never practiced together. It started just as online Zoom call. It was really small, but it grew. And I think now on top of the general program, we also have the foundation program, and we are 15 people in the Sangha, in the FP, and more people in the GP. And so we do meet when I'm there. I also come physically, but the fact that this happens in my home country, in my language, in Hebrew, and online, so I can still be part of the Sangha when I have that lifestyle that I do have right now, which is I'm really grateful for that. It really feels unique.
And how was your journey of integrating the practice of meditation with your current lifestyle of traveler, of transient places, and so on? How do you marry the two?
I think there are many aspects to it, and there was like a gradual integration, I guess, like of the formal practice. I think by now it is just something I do. Like it's not a question of like whether I do it or not. It's just like, this is part of my routine. It's like I have breakfast. So it doesn't really matter where I am. You can meditate wherever you are. It is something that the more you do it, the more you want to do it. And then there is also like the traveling to centers. So this is also something that is really special. Like I do feel welcomed when I know that there is a Kadampa meditation center. So here in Portugal, or like in Spain, or wherever I am, basically, I just feel welcomed, and I can just join the local Sangha and be part of them for a few hours or days.
Did you visit the center in Portugal with the temple, the KMC de Huachen?
I did visit the temple in Sintra, except of like having the coffee and talking to the local Sangha, which was really, really nice. I joined a GP class that was in Portuguese. I don't speak Portuguese. I can understand a bit, but I don't not in the level to understand the whole class. So I had a simultaneous translation in my earbuds from the phone. I was like connected to the Zoom meeting of the phone, getting the translation to English from someone that is actually in the UK. So it was like a lot of ping pong, and it was really really special. Like it's the first time I'm actually getting a simultaneous translation, because it's or in Hebrew that I get it, or in English. So this time was like really interesting to be like, oh yeah, the Dharma in Portuguese, and then putting it back and getting the translation. And super unique because there are everybody around me also listening to the same things in their language. And yeah, just like being in the temple feels so fortunate. And yeah, and then everyone having cake together, which was also amazing. Like, then we introduce ourselves and everyone is like sharing about their experience. So I'm like, hey, I'm from Israel, we have a small sangha. uh, and everybody's like rejoicing so much for that. So it's also really really, yeah, heartwarming experience.
So you have been to that temple for world peace, but I know that you also have been to the first temple for world peace and the sixth one for the festivals. Can you tell me a little bit more about your journey with the international Kadampa festivals?
Yeah, so I think the experience with the festival is something that really shaped my practice and my experience with Kadampa. The first festival I've been to was a temple opening in Malaga. I remember I was still back in Israel before started this new lifestyle, and Daniel, my teacher, texted me and that there is that festival happening, temple opening, which I knew very little about. And what is a festival, like a Buddhist festival? Like, but I was like, yeah, I'm around in these dates, I guess, like Europe. And so let's go. So in like 10 minutes, I found myself booking the tickets very quickly. I was just, yeah, sure, I'm coming, Malaga. So yeah, that experience was really, I guess, like phase two of my practice, of my meditation practice. And yeah, meeting the people, meeting the international sangha. Yeah, the practice itself was a guru yoga, which was also like something. Yeah, I felt really touched by all of this experience. So I have my practice now, which is great. But what's next? And it was clear that I'm going to the next festival because it was such a great opportunity to deepen the practice and to like deepen like connections with the sangha. Um, and then also, yeah, I heard like the first temple, so I was like, okay, the first temple. I want to see what's there. Also, back then, hearing that the Geshe is there, it was also something very special. Um, so even though I didn't get to meet him in person, it felt like he was there. So that was also really really strong experience. It was clear that I would go to the festival again at Manjushri, also because it was like the highest yoga tantra empowerment that people have been saying stuff about. I didn't know much about it back then, and that was like a block in my yearly schedule that is clear that I'm there. It's clear to my friends that I'm there, which is something very very unique. Like also having that support and understanding from friends and family. Yeah, and then like having a 2 weeks experience in the forest at Manjushri in the rain with people who have become friends. Yeah, everything was very joyful and very, yeah, magical. So can't wait for the upcoming one, basically.
I've seen you at the festival, at least the last one, because that's where we met. I've seen you volunteering in many areas of the festival. So I guess you've met many people. But I wanted to ask you how the practice of meditation and modern Buddhism have helped you in your like personal life. How does it benefit you?
You may see it in the formal practice and like actually being able to concentrate more or to hold your object of meditation longer. But what people see is what happens outside that session, and I feel like I can see it as well. Like it's gradual, but it's there. It's apparent. I have become more patient for example. And yeah, I think generally the outlook on interactions makes me lose less energy. So when it's not focused about myself and it is more focused about others, it is just more sustainable. And it's like such a strong energy that, yeah, can last, as opposed to just like getting a kick out of it for selfish reasons.
So your patience grew over time, and also your good heart grew over time.
And I sure do hope so. Yeah, I think so.
I also know that you are now leading some meditation classes.
So yeah, so twice a week, I'm tuning in wherever I am, on the computer or on the phone, like with trying to find like the good internet connection, and guiding like half an hour of meditation for people on the other side of the sea. And this has been magical. This has been like, I see more and more people that are joining, so we feel like there is a progress and a growth to our small but powerful sangha.
How do you hope for the future of your, let's say, your practice and maybe your sangha community?
I really hope that there will be a center in Israel. I feel it is so needed in that small country, that people actually find a sustainable, pure way to find peace. And that is what the Dharma offers. So I do see it happening in small scale already, which is tremendous. And yeah, I really hope that it will grow and grow. I see that it is contagious in a way, in a very positive way. Like, I see my friends, I see my family. Recently, my grandma started joining the meditations. It started just by her her grandson is far, so this is a chance to see him on Zoom when he leads the meditation. And then, she's just joining every day, like when it's not me as well. Like, she's just really falling in love with the practice. And now she, like 2 weeks ago, joined the FP. So now I'm practicing with my grandma, which is like really special and like, yeah, inspiring. I hope it's inspiring for every grandma. So yeah, this is, I see the growth. I see how it's positive, and I hope to see more and more of that. It's so beneficial. I see that it's beneficial for me, and I think it's also beneficial for others. If we interact with people and we hold Dharma in our hearts, then we can have a positive, virtuous effect on them. So whether you have like interaction with tens of people all at once, or like one-on-one, or a group of friends, it's just like holding that peace in your heart makes the whole difference.
That's beautiful. So thank you, Mikey, for joining today and sharing with us the story. I hope it will be inspiring for people, and I shall see you on the next festival.